to another edition of the Focus program. The new opens, I don't know which program I'm on anymore. Evan Denemy, one of our young men who's a great producer in the back room there, came up with that new open, and those will be expanding as the months progress. We welcome you to the Focus program, as I said. Got some interesting guests for us today. We're going to be talking about a wonderful annual harvest dinner. Makes me hungry every time I think of this one. And that's coming up just the beginning of October. And then we'll be joined by a famous guy in this area called Jason Steyer, real active person, and he's going to bring along Sandy Atterbury from the St. Clair Art Association. They're going to talk about the progress in the courtyard in the St. Clair Mall, and they're going to tell us about a project they got that they knew your involvement in. But let's begin with some friends from Holy Cross, Our Lady on the River Parish.
Yes.
Parenthesis, Holy Cross.
That's correct.
Father Stanton, nice to meet
Slayton.
you.
Slayton, yes,
nice to see you. Welcome to the, and Ron Seitz, always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you, Paul.
And
Good to see
down
you
at the
again.
end, Mr. Zwing.
Nice to see you again, Paul.
Nice to see you. This is always a pleasure this time of year because it means I'm going to eat.
Indeed.
What's going on at Our Lady of the River Parish coming up October the 12th?
Well, Our Lady of the River is about to have its 43rd annual harvest dinner, if you will. And of course, this goes back to, for us, it's the 43rd annual event. But of course, in history, the idea of celebrating the harvest in this time of year goes back to biblical times. I mean, this goes back to the ancient Jewish feasts of the first fruits and of the Feast of the Trumpets. So, I mean, it really is an opportunity for us to acknowledge what the fruits of the earth bring to us, the bounty of God, and to get together and celebrate it as the event that it truly is.
I thought it was just to eat too much.
That's what everybody usually does.
That's the more practical.
Is that more practical? But I agree with everything you said, and that really is the point of it all. But I think there's another part of it too, which is family.
Oh, of course.
And it really brings the whole community of Marine City and then Our Lady of the River Parish together, doesn't it?
Well, a family, of course, is the most basic cell of human society. It is. In fact, the family is the microcosm of society overall. I mean, everything, whether it be our township, our local state, our country itself, it really begins with the unit of the family. And of course, we believe that the last few generations or so has been rather detrimental to the family in and of itself. In fact, the Holy See is about to have an extraordinary synod of the bishops next month, particularly to discuss the family and how it can be promoted and how it can be understood in contemporary times. So it's something that's very near and dear to our hearts, and absolutely, any way we can use this particular event to promote that, both as a unity on that level and in the greater community, we certainly support that completely.
You two gentlemen have been involved in this little project for numbers of years. Tell me about your duties this year.
Chairperson again this year. My wife Michelle. We've 7th or 8th year. Just kind of continued on. It just happened.
They got your phone number and they're not going to let go of it.
They do. So we've enjoyed it. It's been a great thing, and bringing all the people together that help. It started. The growing the food that we've provided at the festival or at the dinner. And then the people to prepare it, and getting all the people together to help cut and cook, and it's a process.
It's not a one-day event.
It's not a one-day event. Not at all.
How many volunteers do you think you have for the whole project? A couple hundred?
Oh yeah. I would say by the time you get through all the help in the kitchen and the salads and then all the food that's donated, the baked goods and stuff that's a part of this. So yeah, I'd say a couple hundred.
Ladies making those pies.
Well,
Bless
and
their
I
heart.
think too, and Father mentioned the word unity, and we are a clustered parish, and you have individuals from St. Mark and Harson's Island, you have parishioners from St. Catherine and Algonac and Marine City, and they all come together to work together.
Isn't that wonderful?
And the preparing of the squash actually starts on Wednesday.
Wait a minute.
No, it
That
does.
far in advance.
All the squash, all have to be peeled, and they all have to be prepared. In fact, our pastor, Father Stephen Rooney, was even there last year and helping to peel the squash. And we had an overflow of people from the kitchen area at the KFC Hall on King Road last year, and we had to move some of them out into the main area of the hall.
Wow.
So the people, parishioners,
They
really
love doing it.
Yes.
They do. That's it.
And it's just, and Father also, he mentioned the word family. I mean, you see so many individuals, families that come back, on Sunday. I mean, my wife and I can't remember the number of years that we have sold tickets, and you will see complete families that will come, and they'll just say, Bill, I have this particular child and grandchild coming,
Adam.
keep a tally for me, we will pay at the end.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a reunion.
Well, I think we've whetted everybody's appetite, but we got to give them the dates and the times and what's going to be available.
That's good point. October 12th, it's the second Sunday of October. It's when we have the dinner. It's been that way for 43 years. Beef, we have carved beef that we provide, and chicken. It's complete dinner. All the trimmings. If you haven't been there, I think it's an event that's definitely a good time, good place to fill your belly. So.
But the desserts are fantastic, and then there are
Yep.
there are opportunities to purchase things too, aren't there?
There will be the farm wagon where vegetables can be purchased for the children. Weather permitting, there will be I think 2 bouncy houses
Wow.
outside, along with a table where they can work on crafts. And if the weather is inclement, the craft table would be moved, indoors. But there is, yes, something for the entire family. Yes.
Father, you're fairly new, 3 years now?
2 years ordained,
2 years?
yes. Mhm.
So did you have an opportunity? Were you here at the time of last year's dinner?
I had just arrived at last year's harvest dinner.
So they didn't make you wash dishes?
No, they didn't.
So this year, that duty will be
Absolutely.
instituted.
If it is not pleasing to the pastor, I imagine I'll wind up doing it, yes. No, I had just gotten here last year when they had the harvest dinner, so of course it was sort of a surprise event that they just told me I was taking part in, which...
It's huge, isn't it?
Oh, it was huge. It was quite pleasant. The food was excellent, and it was really a great opportunity just to be able to meet the people. I mean, as our Holy Father says, we're supposed to have the smell of the sheep upon the shepherd, I think is how he puts it. But what that really means is that, at least from the Catholic perspective, the priest should never be so set apart from the people that he doesn't know them and he can't relate to where they are and what their experiences are of life. And it really does give the opportunity for me anyway to meet with people and to talk with the people and just to appreciate and learn who they are on a deeper level.
Well, it's a great parish, and I know that this has been going on for 43 years. Of course, the Holy Cross itself is a couple years older than that, too. It's in the hundreds of years, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. I believe it's one of the oldest parishes in the Archdiocese of Detroit.
1825.
Yeah, here, Marquette. You weren't here that year.
No. I believe it was started in 1825 when Father Gabriel Richard got the
Richard.
land grant from John Quincy Adams.
Isn't that
So,
wonderful
yeah,
stuff?
Great
Wonderful
stuff.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I think something important also, Paul, we really have a beautiful church.
Oh,
And the church the doors are open that day where individuals, the activity center where this is going to be held is connected right to the church. So it's beautiful stained glass windows, beautiful altar, and as when Father was celebrating Mass, on nice warm sunny days,
Yep.
I'm sure as he's
Beautiful.
celebrating Mass that the doors are open and you see a freighter go by. I mean, it's really a very beautiful setting.
and over the years, I know we've featured the organ, too. Has been talked about many, many times. It's a world-class organ in that.
It's a historical organ, correct.
But the big reason you guys are here is to make people hungry.
That's right.
Well,
And have them also purchase raffle tickets.
Oh, they gotta do that, too.
Raffle tickets, they're $5 a piece, and the grand first prize is $5,000, second prize $3,000, and third prize $1,000.
What happens with all the money? And the proceeds from the dinner?
We do have a parish council, and I believe Father sits on that, and I don't know if he has any input on...
You're not buying any new Corvettes?
no, I'm not buying any new Corvettes. I can assure you that's the case. The harvest dinner funds, I'm not sure exactly how they're divided
But they go to
between
the
the
parish
school
fund.
and the parish. But I think fundamentally they go into the parish, into the parish fund, which is always a bit stretched, especially as of late. So yeah, it is obviously a fundraiser for the church, and of course, yeah, we do intend to make people hungry, as you put it. But while we do facilitate feeding of food, or serving of food, the real hope here is to facilitate that hunger for the community, the hunger for family, and also that points toward the hunger we have within ourselves for God. So that's really ultimately what we're about.
Holy words, holy words.
Thank you.
We missed anything, gentlemen?
The
Cost.
price. I'm sorry, go ahead, Ron. Ron, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Boy,
Go
this
ahead.
is the business side of it, isn't it? This is the holy side of it over here, and the business side of
We
it.
only speak of what we know.
That's right.
The price, it didn't change from last year. It's been, I think, the same the last few years. It's $9 for adults.
Oh, my God, it's very reasonable.
Yep.
All you
Children 4 to 10, $6, and then under 3-year-olds, they're free.
get. That's
And
wonderful.
then carryouts, we have carryouts available,
Oh,
$9.
that's a good idea.
So please. if
Those
you'd
are
like-
$9 too.
Yes, they're $9 as well.
Okay, so those are reasonable prices today for the meal you get.
And I think we need to remember too, because there are individuals that do not eat beef. Chicken is also included.
Okay, all right.
So,
Their choice.
as I
And
said,
there's
there
plenty
are
of vegetables,
plenty of
salads.
yes, the many people in the kitchen cafeteria area on Saturday. In fact, I think Ron's wife Michelle is one of the coordinators, and I know his mother-in-law is there. They work all day Saturday preparing salads
Good stuff.
with many other volunteers. They work all day Saturday in that kitchen area.
Gentlemen, you do a great job.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
do you.
Paul.
Enjoy the dinner.
Thank you.
We're glad you're here. Glad
Forward
you
to
came
seeing you
along
here.
today and made these two behave.
We do our best.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
We'll be
Thank
back with Mr. Jason Steyer, the aforementioned Mr. Jason Steyer, in just a second. We are back, and we're back with some friends. Sandy Atterbury, very busy person, president of the St. Clair Art Association. Welcome back to the
Thank you
Focus
very
Set.
much for having us.
She brought along her bodyguard, Mr. Jason Steyer.
That's right.
Jason Steyer, art teacher at wonderful Riverview East
Yeah.
High School, and also in the Public Art Committee chairperson,
Right.
St. Clair Art Association, and local rock on tour.
All right.
Right,
Sounds
you
good.
like all
Yeah, I
that?
like that title. Yeah.
We have you two back here to talk about what's going on downtown St. Clair.
Yeah.
Courtyard, it's gone. What happened? Where'd it go?
Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, we're moving on to the future of St. Clair.
Okay.
Thanks to the St. Clair, the Community Foundation of St. Clair County and the task force that they've developed to form a new vision for the center, city center of St. Clair. They've developed just a fantastic concept for creating a unique gathering space
Okay.
to draw people and tourists and business and just excitement and energy to the core of our city.
Why does it excite you?
It excites me because as a public art committee, we've been invited to add our creative spice to the project. So they've invited us to look at features such as water fountains, fences and barricades, railings, sculpture, anything that we can do to make the project, which is already amazingly beautiful, even more unique and special.
So they're actually asking for public input? They just don't want to do it all themselves and say, okay, now you can use it?
No, I mean, this is our community, so everyone deserves a voice in what they'd like to see it look like.
Okay. I understand that recently you put together a short video, which is getting some rave reviews. It's up on YouTube, but we have had the opportunity to have you bring it along today.
Right.
And it talks about one of our friends, Mr. Fred Moore. If Evan will roll that for us now, why don't we take a listen to that, and then we'll come back and talk more.
Great.
Thanks to a generous contribution from the late Fred Moore and the Moore family, and the challenge to spread more art throughout our community, the St. Clair Art Association Public Art Committee has worked hand in hand with the community in creating creative art opportunities beyond the walls of the Alice W. Moore Center for the Arts. Public art has become a vital part in creating a unique and vibrant community. Here is a sampling of what we have accomplished. what's next for St. Clair Art Association Public Art. Like-minded individuals and organizations in our community share a common goal, a common dream, to further develop our amazing community into something like no other. Groups such as the Community Foundation of St. Clair County and the Blue Meets Green Initiative are already committed and underway with amazing placemaking efforts meant to benefit tourism, business, and those who call our community home. Hard work and determination, along with collaboration and idea sharing, are helping develop a clear vision of our future. Our true potential is coming to life, but this is just the beginning. Adding public art to the mix. At the request of the Community Foundation, St. Clair Art Association Public Art has been given the challenge of enhancing these visions with the creative spirit of our community. This brainstorming has begun on how to make the heart of downtown St. Clair a truly living work of art, one that reflects the natural beauty of the Blue Water area, while showcasing our community's skills, talents, and innovative mindset. The new Riverview Plaza Courtyard will truly be a place of gathering for all. Bringing the image of St. Clair on the river to life. Works of art are to include creative water features, perhaps a sailboat defined by trickling water, where individuals could build and sail their own origami boats. In place of fences, walls of water, or mosaic waves created from thousands of tiles created by people from our own community. Or imagine translucent blue waves framing gardens and gathering areas, allowing light to pass through and reflect on their surroundings. Textural walls that mimic the rolling waves of the river that passers-by can't help but stop and touch. And places to stop and rest, like hammocks flowing like sails throughout the courtyard. Unique gathering spaces capturing the essence of wind and water, where our community gathers and grows. But that's not all. Inspired by the Trail Towns Initiative, St. Clair Art Association Public Art Committee and China Township are working closely with other organizations countywide in developing art portals and art pods along the Bridge to Bay Trail, which travels through China Township. The goal is to offer areas for recreationists to rest, reflect, and interact with art as they travel through our communities. Utilizing the existing parks and trails throughout the community, Public Art is seeking ideas to develop 5 art pods over a 5-year period, beginning with the King Road Bell River Access Park. Art pods will be strategically placed along the Bridge to Bay Trail, connecting the communities of St. Clair, East China, and Marine City. Sculptural archways would welcome visitors to portals or starting points where their adventure begins. Along the trail, creative benches, bike racks, trash cans, and other amenities would provide comfort and convenience for travelers. Highlighted by kinetic or interactive sculptures that allow passers-by opportunities to simply relax, reflect, and enjoy their surroundings. St. Clair Art Association Public Art wants to hear your ideas. Join in the excitement of creativity, collaboration, and community.
Jason, you're hired. You did a beautiful job of
Did a
producing that
wonderful job.
video.
Oh, thank you.
Some great things in there. Some great. Sandy and I love the sailboat. When do we see the sailboat launched?
Well, in terms of time frame, what we're looking at, we obviously want the first phase of the project to be complete, and they're aiming for 2014 finalizing. And then once 2015 rolls around, that's when we start looking at what kind of public art we can incorporate into the project.
So, in this original drawing, there's a fountain up here, but that could be anything, right?
It could be, absolutely. In fact, all of the public art examples that you saw in the video are simply ideas. And this is an opportunity to look at our community and all the creative energy and skills that we have right here and start to get ideas and work together in what we can build, how we can build it, and make these visions
So
come
it doesn't
to life.
have to be limited to just one thought or one
No,
idea.
no.
We're going to do a sailboat and that's it.
Right.
We're looking
could
for
be anything.
ideas that can be considered.
Okay.
Right. In fact, on October 23rd at the St. Clair Art Association, we're hosting a vision session. And we're inviting people from the community leaders, business owners, artists, to just continue the conversation. What would they like to see? What can they build? What can they create? And then we'll start to work together in making these come to life.
It's wonderful. You got fire pits in this drawing. You've got, again, you got some fences, but that may be gone. These fences may not be there when the project ends in
Right.
2015 or so. There may be this kinds of trees, there may not be. So it's a work in process. It's an exciting time.
It is very exciting, and it's incredible just once you have conversations with people, what they bring to the table, whether it's an idea, whether it's a skill, just support for the project overall. We all have this passion to make our community unique. So it's so exciting to see it moving forward.
Okay. Sandy, it's got to be an exciting time for the Art Association.
Fantastic. Yeah, it really is. It's really exciting. We've looked at other projects around the world, different examples, Sculpture by the Sea in Australia and Denmark, the Pomegranate
Center in Washington State. Yeah.
We're just looking for other ideas. Someone has reminded us that it's important to be handicap accessible. Certainly for the China Park site that we hadn't really considered. So that's
Good that
important.
people give you that input.
Indeed. And someone else had suggested that maybe there would be a Native American planting
Okay.
in the courtyard. And so then we think, well, maybe we could have Native American designs incorporated into maybe the railings or some feature. We're just open for ideas. Nothing is
Nothing's in
determined.
stone,
No.
as they say.
That's right. And the other thing we would like to do is work with the landscape architects who came up with this concept, so that we're tapping into their resources and connections as well.
Super. If I've got thoughts, October 23rd
Correct.
is the date, but if I'm not able to attend that meeting, how do I get the stuff to you?
Oh, come into the Art Association or email it to us at the Art Association.
I'm fairly new to town. Where's the Art Association?
Downtown St. Clair in the north end of the mall, lined up right behind Ackett's
Okay.
restaurant.
Can't miss it.
And we're there Tuesday to Saturday. The other thing we didn't really talk about much is the art pods in China Township. We're hoping to broaden out into the community.
Right. This was kind of inspired by a statewide Trail Towns initiative, looking at the importance of our trails, our waterways, our parks, and how we can use those to bring people into our downtowns and communities. So what we'd like to use is art as a way of connecting one community to the next and giving people a place to stop, rest, reflect, and
I like it.
just enjoy our surroundings.
I like it.
So-
Wonderful.
Yeah, so at the moment we're on board. We have China Township on board, and we're hoping to incorporate East China, possibly Marine City. We have a 10-year plan.
Well, it takes time.
We have big plans.
It takes time. Well,
We're not short of
It took a long
ideas.
time to get this project moving.
Well,
Absolutely.
this is
yeah.
true.
Yep.
And it's going to be beautiful. And for the art fair, we will be able to use the green area and possibly under the pagoda to have artists.
Oh, under here?
Yes.
Okay.
So we've been told, but we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, it's going to be a great multi-purpose space. There'll be
Yep.
gathering areas and fire pits and places for
Entertainment
performing
areas.
arts and live music. So
Yeah.
it's just going to be wonderful.
Weddings, people can have a drink or whatever.
I like
It's
it.
going to be great.
I like
Very exciting.
Jason, keep up the wonderful work. And you
It's
too.
outstanding.
Sandy
Thank
and
you.
Beverly. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks for watching. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman.